Hey there guys, this is Karthik. I just solved problem E from Codeforces 710 Div 3, which is currently running. And I wanted to share my solution with you, so I'll be making a quick short video for the same. Now, I hope that you've read the problem once on your own, but I'll explain it anyway, so it's okay if you even haven't read it. Now, the problem says that you're given with an array. Originally, you were given with an array A, which is now lost. The array A was a permutation of the first n natural numbers. So, if n equal to 5, then the array size would be 5 and a permutation of the first 5 natural numbers. So, this could be a valid possible initial array A. And if size would be 3, then first 3 natural numbers, that is 1, 2, 3, you permute them in any order, and that could be your original array A. Next, you lost this array, but you have the prefix max of this array. You have a prefix max array for this array. So prefix max array is basically an array Q where the ith element is the largest among the first I elements. So max among the first I elements. Okay. So that would mean that Q1 would be the largest among the first 1 elements of the array A which you lost. That is nothing but A1 itself. Okay, max of A1. Now this is the first observation here. What you would like to do is, now for a given prefix array, there could be a variety of original arrays A. Okay, so it might be that some array A1, some array A2, these two might have identical Q or identical prefix max array. You would like to find out the lexicographically smallest array that whose prefix max is Q, and also the lexicographically largest array whose prefix max is also Q. So let me just show you one example and we'll move to the solution. So for example, if this is the prefix max, 3, 3, 4, 4, and then 3 times 7, right? You would like to find out the array that is lexicographically smallest and a valid A array, the original array, whose prefix max is this. So for A, the first element has to be 3, there is no other option, right? I'm trying to build the lexicographically smallest array now. Lexicographically smallest A, whose prefix max is equals to this. Now think about this. The first element of A has to be 3. There is no other option because prefix max says it's 3 and prefix max of 1 is basically A1. Now the second element, what about the second element? It could be anything from 1 and 2, because if I put a number larger than 3 here, let's say 4, then Q is not the prefix array of A, because then this would instead be 4, right? So I can put any number at this position that is smaller than 3, so either 1 or 2. Because I'm trying to build the lexicographically smallest array A, so I'll put 1 here. Now let's talk about this position. Now currently the largest element I've seen is 3. At this position, I want the prefix max of my array to be 4. If I put anything smaller than 4, my current max or the max of the first 3 elements will never reach 4. Same way, if I put something larger than 4, then I'll exceed this and I'll have something larger here. So Q would not be a valid prefix array for A. So I'm bound to put in 4. Nothing else works here. Okay, I put in 4. At this position, let's see. At this position, the prefix array says that the first 4 elements, the largest element is 4. I already have a 4 here. Now I can put any number that is smaller than 4 and I haven't used yet. And only one such number exists, that is 2. So I'll put in a 2 at this position. Now think about this. Since I have never seen 7 till here, but now the largest among the first 5 elements is 7. So this position is bound to be a 7. Because if I put in something smaller than 7, then Q would not be a valid prefix sum array or prefix max array for it. So this has to be 7. Now think about this position. At this position, I can put in anything that is less than 7 because 7 I've already used. Prefix max is 7, so nothing greater than 7 can come. So I can put at this position any number that is less than 7 and I have not used yet. So what numbers are they? I've used 1, 3, 2 and 4. I have not used 5 and 6. Which one should I put at this position? Since I'm trying to build the lexicographically smallest array A, I will put in a 5 at this position. And finally, at this position, I'm just left with one single number that I haven't used among the first 7 natural numbers, that is 6. So let's put in a 6. And you can see our lexicographically smallest array is ready, which is the same as predicted. This would already give you a very good hint of what the solution is to find out the lexicographically smallest array A. I'll talk in more detail, but this example is really important to make you understand how you can solve the problem. Let's see how to build the lexicographically largest array for this array. So if I'm trying to build the lexicographically largest array A, whose prefix max array is Q, let's see what we can do. The first element is of course again going to be 3, because Q says that the largest among the first 1 elements of array A is 3, and since there's just one element, it has to be 3. That's okay. Now let's talk about this position. Anything smaller than 3 can be put in here, and that works for me. No problems. So I can put in either a 1 or 2. 3 I've already used. So which one should I put in at this position? Since I'm trying to build the lexicographically largest array, I'll be putting in a 2 at this position. Okay, let's talk about this position. This has to be a 4. Nothing else works, because if I put in something larger, we are not going to be happy, because then Q at this position should be that larger numbers. For example, if I put in a 5 here, Q at this position should be equal to 5, the largest among the first 3 numbers, which is not true. If I put in something smaller, let's say 1, that would not work, because then the largest among the first 3 numbers would be 3, and this should be 3 at this position. So the only number that can fill this position is 4. Let's talk about this position. Now, I can put in any number at this position that is less than 4. And 4 I've already used, 2 I've already used, 3 already used. I will put in a 1. No other options. For this position, I'm bound to put in 7 again due to similar reasons. Finally, coming to this position, I have 5 and 6 available with me. I can put in any number out of 5 and 6. Since I'm trying to go for the largest array ever possible, I'll put in a 6 at this position and then a 5. Let's see if it's right. It is right. Let's move to the solution, although we are already done, but still. I'll also show you the code. Okay, so see guys, the thing is that your prefix array looks something like this. Prefix max array. It looks something like this: Q1, Q2, Q3, so on till Qn. First element of array A is obviously going to be A1. No doubt about that. Also, your array A, this array A consists of only the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on till n. Only these numbers can appear in array A. So if once A1 is used, A1 can never reappear again. Hope that makes sense. And let's say I'm trying to make the minimal array right now, lexicographically minimum array. Okay. So let's think about this position now. Among Q1 and Q2, either Q1 and Q2 are equal to each other, or Q2 is greater than Q1. Ask yourself why. Because Q2 is max of A1, A2, and Q1 is simply A1. So it's going to be obviously larger than A1 or equal to A1. If Q2 is larger than A1, then you have the option to choose any number less than A1. Okay. So you will definitely go for the smallest number possible, because you're trying to make the lexicographically minimum array. So you will see among the first n numbers, what are the numbers that you have, and you will choose the smallest among those to make your array A lexicographically minimal. Okay. But let's say that Q2 was larger than Q1. In that case, you have no other no other way but to put in a Q2 here. Okay. Yeah. A1 is always going to be equal to Q1. And about A2, it's either going to be equal to Q2, or if Q1 and Q2 are equal, then in that case you'll be choosing among the first n numbers the smallest number that you have not used yet. So put in the smallest number not used yet, assuming that Q1 equal to Q2. Again for Q2 and Q3, if Q2 and Q3 are equal, then you can put in the smallest number that you have not used up until now at this position, and you're good to go. So on. But if Q2 was less than Q3, then at that position you'll have to put in a Q3, because there's no other way to have the prefix equal to Q3 if Q3 never appears in these numbers. Okay, hope that makes sense. Let me just show you the code. If you have any doubt, you can obviously ask me in the comments. Let me show you the code for minimal, and then we'll move to the maximal solution. So what I did was, I took the first n natural numbers in a set, nums. I just inserted the first n natural numbers in the set. I'm trying to build the minimal, lexicographically minimal array A, whose prefix max array is this. And as we talked, I'll be choosing a number to put in at the ith position if current max. See, initially I initialized my current max to 0, the largest element I've seen till now. If current max, let's say I'm talking about qi or prefix max I, and I'm trying to figure out what number should I put in at this position. I know that what is the largest number that has appeared in the first I minus 1 numbers. Okay. Then if cur max is less than prefix max at I, that means if the largest among these numbers is less than qi, then I have to put in qi at this position, no other way. But if the largest number among these numbers is equal to qi, in that case I can put in the smallest number that I've seen that is available with me. So these were the numbers available with me. I chose the number and then removed that number from my set, right? And also I put in at this minimal. So that's it. This is the entire code for generating the minimal, like lexicographically minimum array. Let's talk about the maximum one. That's a bit harder, but we'll solve it. So you again have q1, q2, q3, and let's just have q4. Okay, first element is obviously going to be a1, that is equal to q1, no other way. Next element is going to be if q1 and q2 are equal, then you can place in any number at this position that is less than q2 and q1. Assume q1 equal to q2. Then at this position you can put in any number that is less than q2, right? And since I'm trying to build the maximal array, lexicographically maximal, so I'll put in the largest number that is available to me, but smaller than q2. Because if I put in a larger number than q2, then my prefix array would be different than this. Because then the largest number among the first two elements would be greater than q2, and this q2 would not be here, right? So I can put in the largest possible number at this position available to me, but it should be less than q2 for sure. Okay, so put in the largest. Now assume that q2 is less than q3. What number should I put in here? In that case, no other possibility. I'll have to go ahead and put in q3, right? And that's how it works. Let me show you the code and we're done. So the code for maximal is also similar. If current max is less than prefix max at I, then chosen number is equal to prefix max at I, that is q of I. And otherwise, find out what is the largest number available with me. Assume qi, and qi has already appeared. Assuming that qi minus 1 and qi are equal, right? In that case, I'm going to look up, hey, what's the largest number available with me that is less than qi? If you hit a lower bound, you'll get the smallest number greater than qi. If you take it one position backwards, you'll get the greatest number that is less than qi available to you in nums. And that is your chosen number. Erase it from the set of numbers available, push it into maximal, and we're done. Also keep updating curmax every time, print the two arrays, and that's the solution. So guys, hope you found this video useful, and make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Let me know in the comments if this helped you out. Bye.